Hello YouTube, this is Bash, bringing you week 3 of the Remnants with against Fancify. Um, so when I went through the video, well, when I recorded this live but the problem was I forgot to click audio. Um, I did remember to click audio, but I actually clicked it twice, and so when that happened, I did not get any of the actual sound to it, my reaction and stuff. To move, so I decided to do this post com because I did not want to deal with it. So my team, oops. So my team is Needle Queen Beyonce, 252 special attack, modest with 208 HP and 48 speed, stealth rock, earth power, sludge wave, ice beam, life orb, sheer force, Darmanitan, choice scarf, U-turn, flare blitz, earthquake, superpower, Shipwrecked, Delmise, Earthquake, Anchor Shot, Power Whip, Rapid Spin, 248 HP, 132 attack, Adamant, 128 defense, Skarmory, Roost, Whirlwind, Taunt, Iron Head, 248 HP, 8 attack, 252 defense, uh, Impish Nature, um, Megalopony, Power Up, Punch, 252 attack, 40 defense, 216 speed, Jolly Nature, and let's see. Um, Milotic, Recover, Toxic Skull, Dragon Tail, Marvel Scale, Flame Orb, 248 HP, 60 defense, 200 special defense. So, Needle Queen, I just felt like it's a need to bring this week because of his Tapu Bulu and his Toxapex. It just breaks them. Earth Power isn't affected by grassy terrain, so that's very good. Ice Beam is very good to hit his team pretty hard too, as well with like Donphan and stuff. I made sure I outsped Donphan max speed and had a decent amount of speed to outspeed most of his to most forms of Tapu Bulu, which wasn't the case this match, as you come to see. Um, Darmanitan, Adamant, destroys everything on his team, outspeeds everything on his team basically. Um, yeah, Darmanitan, U-turn, Flare Blitz, Earthquake, Superpower. Really, there's not many checks on his team to it. Uh, Donphan, I guess. Other than that, not really. Next mon, Delamai, Shipwrecked. Um, Citrus Berry, Steelworker, Earthquake, Anchor Shot, Power Whip, Rapid Spin. Um, should have put on a Yachi Berry or something like that maybe instead, but I brought Citrus Berry instead. Um, this Delamise was really here to take on the Donphan. Um, clear away like T spikes, stealth rocks that could be annoying for my team. So that's really what it was for there for. Yeah, the 128 defense that I believe was to ensure that I did not die. I was not O-code by a Z Stone Edge from Stakataka. So, um, this also kind of checks Stakataka pretty well. Golden Bird, my Skarmory I brought this match. I have one of the best checks to Tapu Bulu in the league, so I might as well bring it to this match. Roost, Whirlwind, Taunt, Iron Head, 248 HP, 8 attack, 252 defense, Impish Nature. So Roost for reliable recovery, Whirlwind things out, get rock, stealth rock damage. Taunt to stop like the Toxapex. Iron Head, just hit Mons. I didn't want Braybird for like the recoil, so Megalopony has the Power Punch Iron Last Resort set. 252 Power Punch Last Resort. Power Punch Last Resort allows Mega if I get to +2, I basically win the game as long as nothing's scarfed. Um yeah, so that's really what it's there for. Um Really the only mon that would there's a couple mons that give it trouble, I guess. So they're Donphan, Mew, Stakataka, and Toxapex. Um, if depending on their sets, but if I weaken them down enough and I get a good way to set up a +2, I win the game. Basically, if there's no scarf. And my last mon, melodic, really recover toxic skull, dragon tail. I should have had this. Um, I decided that I decided like an hour before the match to switch Manetric to melodic because melodic does a lot, does really well against mons like Kirim. I should have put leftovers on this, but I decided to put Flame Orb because I was worried about getting toxic this match. Recover toxic skull, dragon tail, pretty much destroy. Pretty much could do really well this match. Um, I wish that I put more special defense into this and had, yeah, that's really it, and different item. So let's get into the match. So he brought Mew, Mega Sharpedo, Kiram, Tapu Bulu, Toxapex, Donphan. He didn't bring the Stalker Taco, was really good. He didn't bring the Halucha, which I was really worried about actually. The Sableye he didn't bring, really good. Licky Licky, such a annoying Pokemon he didn't bring. Jolteon, his fast volt switcher, he didn't bring either, which was really good. Um, yeah, that's really, yeah. So let's get into this match. So seeing his team, I decided to try to get Stealth Rocks up to try to weaken down the Kyurem because that's really annoying for my team. And he leads off with Donphan. Oops, that's too loud. Okay, so he leads off Donphan, and I lead off Nidoqueen, and I'm like, oh, EQ, I could go for Ice Beam, take this down, too sturdy, but I don't want to take an EQ because EQ basically one shots me. So I decided to switch out to Delamize, which does really well against Donphan, and he goes for the rocks. So I decide he's definitely not going to stay in. Donphan's not going to stay in. It's a pretty good defensive check to a bunch of my mons. He's going to switch out. I'm going to click Anchor Shot in case Kyurem goes in. Kyurem, Tapu Bulu come in. Um, so I decided to do that. So I go for the Anchor Shot. He switches out into Mew. And I found out this is a very defensive set. And I don't know what item he was, but probably Cobra or something like that. So probably Cobra because of Hoopa Unbound. So I decided to switch out into my lick to get the because I knew the Will-O-Wisp was coming, which is why I should have brought leftovers into flame instead of Flame Orb. But I switch into my Lodic, and he burns me, which gives me that defensive boost, which is really good. But I should have. Then he decides to switch out into my Toxapex. I went for Toxic, and this is where things started glitching out during my video during the video sort of because the battle arena on this turn, right on turn 4, the beginning of turn 4, before when I click the move, I click Toxic, predict thinking that it's either get the Mew Toxic or switch in like a Tapu Bulu Toxic. And what happened was I went it showed up again, and I clicked Toxic. I didn't hit cancel or anything. It just showed up as my moveset again. So I clicked Toxic because I thought it was just like glitching out, and it had me 2 turns in a row click Toxic, kind of putting more damage on this thing than I wanted it to. Instead of giving me a reliable like switch, or I could have switched into Skarmory or Nidoqueen and gotten more pressure on this. But so now I'm going to Nidoqueen, and now yeah. So see, I went for the Toxic again on turn 5. Uh, See, and that was kind of like a glitch in the thing. I don't know what happened. Um, but I decided I have to switch out to Nidoqueen, get rid of the Toxic Spikes. He goes for Scald. Very annoying because I wouldn't have taken that damage if I didn't glitch out. Because I probably would have switched into Nidoqueen anyway already. And that's really annoying for me. So I'm gonna go for the my own rocks to get up damage, and I'm gonna switch out to Sakura, and he's gonna go for a roost to get more recovery. Now I'm gonna go. I'm gonna. What did I go for again? I went for a recover to get up to HP again. I should have went for a toxic or a dragon tail, predicting the switch. So, but I didn't. I probably should have. It would have been a really good play, but I was worried about the Toxapex coming back in for the Toxic, and the Dragon Tail would have been nice, but it didn't work out. And this thing's gonna give me issues right now, because as you see, he goes for substitute, and I realized now that it's too late. I don't break his sub, so he's gonna just sub roost me, which is so annoying. I've lost to this step before. I so I kind of like it kind of like gnaws at me a little, but there's nothing I could do about it right now. Um, game's already over. I break his sub, and he's just gonna go for another sub, which I should have switched out here to the Skarmory, Whirlwind, taking it. But I didn't, so that's unfortunate. He goes for Ice Beam again, and I'm gonna go for a Dragon Tail again, trying to break the sub. I realized that I believe at this point I realized that Skull does actually more than Dragon Tail does to Kyurem, or is it next turn? I'll go for Recover. Yeah, I think at some point I believe that I realized that Skull does more to Kyurem than Dragon Tail. He goes for a sub. I don't know why he went for a sub. Um, maybe to not use as much ice beams. Maybe trying to stall me out, because doesn't Kyurem have pressure? I forgot, but I believe he's trying to stall me out. So he makes the switch, the correct switch, and I make a switch into Skarmory to try to. I didn't actually predict the Bulu, but it was a really good play. Um, I wanted to whirlwind out the Kyurem on a prediction of the sub, so he switches out back into Donphan. I go for the whirlwind, switch it, and a switch in Mew, and predicting the Willow. I'm gonna go back into Milotic, which I could have stayed in with Skarmory and just kept whirlwinding, would have been better, but he does go for the Willow, and I make that good prediction, and I believe I go for the Toxic on this turn. Yeah, I think I go for the Toxic on this turn. Yeah, and I get this thing worn down. This is where I should have let my Loic go down. It didn't really do that much for me for this at this point, really. Um, it so and this thing has hidden power of fire, and that's really annoying for my team to deal with. For Skarmory to deal with. I realize this is max special attack. Bulu making this really difficult for me to deal with, and it came down to a roll, I think, and depending on his set. So if that killed, I don't think but I just risked that all off, and now I go into my luck again to make sure I don't get burned, and he's just gonna U-turn out. I believe into Sharpedo, and this is where I figure out this is special Sharpedo, and this is why I should have kept my look more healthy, cause my special Sharpedo runs through my team pretty hard. I don't have a really good switch into it. I go into Darmanitan. U-turn basically kills Sharpedo from here, and I realize this thing's Rocky Helmet here, and I switch into Dynamite, and I believe I'm gonna get rid of the rocks right now. Go for the rapid spin. Get rid of those rocks. He's gonna try to set up T spikes, I believe, and I'm gonna go for an EQ. Do about half to him. Yeah, 44%, 45%, which is pretty good. Depending on the roll, I could hit him out. I go for another rapid spin. I should have went for the anchor shot here, making the prediction because I kind of figured he would switch out. Um, you want to get this in for free, and I'm gonna switch into Skarmory because I can roll with this out if he goes for a sub. He goes for Ice Beam, and I get frozen. So at this point, I'm like, well, Skarmory was already two shot, but I could have tried to kept this thing alive if it was wasn't frozen. It was kind of frustrating for me, but it really didn't matter that much because it could have made a little more difference maybe, but like I don't think so. Um, get the Ice Beam, kill Skarmory, and I go into Darmanitan. I just need to get this stat weakened pretty hard because this thing is such an annoyance for my team. And I'm just gonna go for Flare Blitz, bring this all the way down. And plus, if Donphin decides to switch in, I two shot that with a Flare Blitz, so that's really good. And he goes for Ice Beam, just takes me out, which is fine because this is my chance to set up with my Megalopony. So I'm gonna bring in Megalopony and Power Up Punch. And I KO the Kyurem, get a +1 in attack. Now I basically win. Wait, okay. So I go into he goes in Donphin. I realize I basically sweep everything at +2 if I get a +2, and the I forgot that he had that Donphin gets play rough, and I thought he was gonna go for EQ. I ate that up pretty. I think I ate that up pretty well, and I go for a power punch, get the +2, get the rock, get I do get the rocket helmet damage, but he goes for play rough. Didn't realize that, and now I'm gonna go for a last resort, go down to 2% with the rock because of the rocky helmet, but I win if he doesn't have a scarf or priority, and he brings in Tapu Bulu, making me think he doesn't have priority in Mega Sharpedo because it's special. But then he's Scarf, and I'm like, no, oh man, I think this game's over. And then I realized, well, um, then I realized that I can make if I make he's gonna switch. I said let's just play this out, try to get better differential. He switches in. He switched. I made the prediction for like the switch back into Toxapeck, and I switched into Nidoqueen. And I'm gonna take this out with the Earth Power here. Um, and wait, no, I don't go. I know I go. Don't take out Toxapeck. I go for go on the Mew. Two shot this with Earth Power, and because of I have some speed investment, I outspeed Mew, I believe. Oh no, he goes for the Heal Bell, and he takes off the Toxicon Tapu Bulu, and I go the Sludge Wave, revealing it to and take out Mew. And I'm gonna get this recovery from the grassy terrain. He goes into Sharpedo. I'm not entirely sure how much of a roll. I think it was a roll on this, but he takes out Nidoqueen with the Surf. Um, I think it was a roll, but I think it would have to be like a min roll for me to live. And a Dark Pulse here. Um, at the I believe no for Nidoqueen. Let's go back to Nidoqueen. I believe the Surf, if he was plus special attack nature, he OHKOs me pretty much no matter what. If he's like plus speed and not plus special attack, it had a chance to OHKO Surf. Um, and then for Delamise with the Dark Pulse, at the range I was at, I believe, if he's like timid or like some like speed boosting instead of special attacking boosting, he doesn't OHKO me. He has to get a max roll to OHKO me with Sharpedo with Dark Pulse, and I could actually bring this game back because well actually no not really because Tapu Bulu would outspeed me, but it would just bring down differential to a 2-0. But then I found out after the match he's a naive nature Mega Sharpedo, which still was a roll, but I think it was more in his favor, I believe. Which is unfortunate. So for me, because I fall to 1 and 2 and get a -3 on this differential, and this season's just not been going well. For me at least. I might switch things around coming up, so we'll see about that. But it just hasn't been working out that much for me for the season. I really enjoy being in this league. It's just the team's not working out with me. I'm gonna make some transactions probably coming up to try to fix the gaps and holes in my team that I have. Like the fact that my two main walls with reliable recovery are electric type weakness, or weak to electric. Slight problem there. Um, like Hoopa and Bound. I'm not gonna. Hoopa and Bound has been really good for me. Hasn't been really that good for this season, but I don't know. I might I might keep that around. I haven't really used it to its full potential yet, so we'll see about that. Um, yeah, and some mods I just haven't brought yet, so I don't know if I should really trade them out yet because I really haven't got a chance to use them in a match. Like I believe Drudagon, Manectric. Like I haven't used Drudagon and Manectric. I think I believe that's the only mods I haven't used yet on my team. So we'll see. I thought like it looks like a good team on paper, but I guess it doesn't fit my playstyle. But so well, next week I believe I play Flint. I play Shiny Spam. That should be interesting. He's a really good team. Although he lost the first game 4-0, he's a really cool team. Um, so hopefully we could break through and win this match. To bring us back up to uh, bring us back up to neutral a record. So like 2-2. Until then, I'll make sure I keep some updates up if I make transactions. And I'm sorry about the post com instead of live com. So, Bash out.